Good afternoon. Hope you're having a great day. In this week's portion of the Torah, when we read about Jacob's epic confrontation with his brother Esau. And the rabbis tell us that when Jacob was about to meet Esau, he was worried that maybe all the good deeds that he had done had been used up by the good that God has done to him. And he says these words, Katonti mikola chasadim umikola emet asher asisa et avdecha. I have become humbled from all the truth and all the kindness you have done with your servant. Jacob was unsure because God was so kind to him, if God will continue. And the Chassidic masters tell us that Jacob teaches us the way a spiritual, holy person is supposed to behave. Because if you take a flame of a candle, the closer you bring it to the torch, the smaller it gets. And the mystics explain us that when it comes to holiness, the greater God gives kindness, the more humble we become. Because we're becoming closer to God. And when you're closer to God, you recognize how small you are and how great and awesome God is. And therefore, the goodness and the kindness that God does makes us become more humble. But at the same point, when it comes to evil, the more success it has and the more kindness it gets, the more arrogant and pompous it becomes. And the rabbis tell us that it's imperative that we learn from Jacob and not from Esau. That we have that sense of humility and gratitude for all the good that God has done to us and to our families. And there's more. Because when Jacob finally meets Esau, Jacob says to him, "Here, I want to bring you gifts." And he says, "Yeshli kol, I have everything I need." But Esau says something different. Esau says, "Yeshli rav, I have a lot." The rabbis say it's a nuance, but what's the difference? The difference is that Jacob was content with what he had. He was humbled by the greatness that God did to him. And at the same point, he was also happy with all the good that he had. Esau says, "Yeshli rav, I have a lot, but I could always have more." He was never grateful. He was never able to satiate his hunger for accumulating materialism and physical objects. And that's the difference between spirituality and evil. We have to be content with the things we have in our life, with the greatness that God gives us. But at the same point, there's a difference between being humble and between being scared. Because later in the portion, it says, Vayira Yaakov ma'od. Jacob was very fearful, Vayetzaloi, and it bothered him. One of the commentaries then, Netziv says, why is it the double word? He was fearful and he was bothered by it. Why double? If he was fearful, then Vayetza, then he was scared. And the rabbis say that Jacob was bothered that he was fearful. Because a Jew should be humble. A Jew should be content with what he has. A Jew should recognize the greatness that God has done to us. But at the same point, a Jew should never be scared. Because there is no reason to be scared. God is with us, and we will succeed, and we will thrive. Tonight we have an event with Aliza Ben Shalom, who did Jewish matchmaking at Netflix. We have 500 people coming to celebrate Jewish marriage, Jewish life, to celebrate Am Yisrael Chai, that we are going to continue and we are going to thrive. In any case, have an awesome day.